Welcome to the Best of Central Florida. I am Justin Clark. I will never forget. The year was 2002. I was in law school up in Boston, hanging out at the Beantown pub to be exact. A classmate comes over, introduces himself. He said he was from Orlando. I was shocked. I thought Orlando was theme parks, chain restaurants, maybe a water park or two. Who would have thought that now 20 years later, I would have lived here for 15 of them? Who would have thought I would raise my two little girls here? Who would have thought I would fall in love with Central Florida? It's a hidden gem. Great restaurants, professional sports teams, a booming art scene, the Wekiva River, the beaches, and yes, even the theme parks. From Astor to Astotula, Lakeland to Leesburg, this is the best of Central Florida. Today, it's the best auto businesses in Central Florida. You know, a lot of us down here in Central Florida, really Florida in general, we don't take public transportation that often. Or even if we do, we still rely on our cars to get there. Having a car that is functioning, that you can rely on to get to work, to drop the kids off at school, is incredibly important. It's also a sector where, if you think about it, there can be some distrust in those people that we allow to care for our cars. Let's bring in the beautiful Michaela Nichols. Michaela, how are you? Mac, how's it going?
It's going great, Justin.
Now, let's be honest with the audience today. Do you wash your own car? Have you ever changed your own oil?
I do wash my car. I actually love washing my car.
Really?
It's kind of fun. Yeah, and I changed my air filter one time. I was really proud of myself.
I didn't even know cars had air filters, honestly.
Yeah,
Really? I thought that was
inside,
just
it's
at the house, like
No.
next to the air conditioning thing.
It's like whatever you breathe in the car.
I've never watched, well, maybe college or something, I washed my own car. It's been a long time. Who would have ever thought that looking at me and you, I'm the diva on this stage?
Yeah, no, I can wash a car for sure.
I thought you were going to say, I can believe you're the diva.
No, you are a diva for sure. I mean, that goes without me even saying, obviously.
I totally disagree. Very important show, I think. An area where you need to trust whoever is working on your car. Quick break. When we return, we will hit the top auto businesses in Central Florida.
The topic of cars can be a little bit intimidating, to say the least. That is why I put my faith in the pros. Michaela's choice for best auto business is Rich's Auto Tech, and I am joined by the owner, Cody Neighbor.
How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good, doing good.
So Cody, I gotta know, tell me about Rich.
So Rich was my dad. He started the business. He kind of got tired in basically, you know, watching other people do it. He's like, I can do this better. So he opened his own business February 15th, 2001, the day after Valentine's Day. Mom's like, you're doing this the day after?
At least
He's
he
like,
waited.
Yeah, he waited till the day after. But we've been going strong for 20 years. We're on our 20th anniversary. We did lose my father, though, on July 10th this year. So basically, I've now tried to fill very big shoes. He was huge in the community. But our goal now is to not only be open for 20 more years, but beyond that, and to keep his legacy and his vision alive, and the fact that he wants good, top quality service in every vehicle that goes out the door, both customer service and quality work. You know, his motto was today's technology with yesterday's service, and we're gonna live by that.
So do you think that's what makes you different, your father's legacy?
Yes, I think that's part of it. Also with us being so involved in the community and everything that we've done, sponsoring the youth sports and the high school sports, that's what makes us different, is that we're there to give you the customer service that every client deserves.
Speaking of community, you do a lot, especially right now, the month of October. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you guys are working on?
Yes, Brakes for Breast. It's a campaign that I love so much. Two very, very nice ladies, Leanne Best and Laura Frank, they started this program 10 years ago. And what we do is, for the month of October, we give free brake pads. The customer is only responsible for the labor and any other ancillary part, such as rotors, calipers, hoses, anything like that. And then 10% of that ticket goes back to the Cleveland Clinic. And the best part is Dr. Tui at the Cleveland Clinic, who has done an amazing job. He just got approval to do human trials on a breast cancer vaccine.
Wow.
So we're proud to be a part of this. And actually, we're actually doing our very first car show. It is November 6th. It is the Brakes for Breast car show. It's going to be right at Rich's Auto Tech in West Melbourne.
Wow, so what's going to be going on at the car show? Obviously cars.
Cars, we're gonna have a DJ there who's a friend of mine, so he's gonna donate his time. And then we're also partnered with, there's a bar next door to us called the Twisted Rooster Bar. So it's gonna start in ours and then kind of spill over into their parking
Go
lot.
that way.
So because our parking lot's big, but it's not that big. So it'll spill over that. It is a $5 entry fee, but all the proceeds will go back to the Cleveland Clinic for breast cancer research. I know all the shops, I think there's over 130 shops, both in the United States, Canada, and I think there's one in Puerto Rico now.
Incredible.
We've raised over $1 million in the last 10
Wow.
years for breast cancer research.
Wow, what an incredible feeling. And that's not the only organization you work with. You do a lot for the community as a whole.
Correct, yeah, we do a lot for the community as a whole. We sponsored the Palm Bay Youth Football Association this year. We were a big part of that sponsorship. Actually, something real cool that they did after they found out that my father passed, they put his initials on all the coaches' hats. So that was really cool. So I'm out there all the time, and actually next Thursday, or tomorrow actually, I'm going to cook some hot dogs for a bunch of the boys out there. So
Wow.
Wow, good for you. So as a woman, I always feel a little bit nervous like taking my car in because let's be honest, I don't really know what's going on with it. How do you kind of build that trust with like your clients?
So the biggest thing that we do, and this is where I kind of came into play about 6 years ago, is my dad was very hard and, well, I don't want to do technology. Well, Dad, we're going to have to. It's 21st century. So all of our technicians are on tablets. So we have digital vehicle inspections, and you'll get to see pictures, you'll get to see explanations, even videos about everything that's going on with your vehicle.
Wow.
So if you had any questions, we would answer it and completely give you the rundown of everything that we see on the car. And we'll never tell you anything that you don't need.
Got it. Yeah, I feel like sometimes, like if you explain something to me, I'm like, what? What is that? So it could be a little scary, but if you
Totally
don't have the
understand.
tablets-
Yeah, totally understand. We also have videos for that too. So that way, if you don't understand what I'm saying, we do have video. Because sometimes
Gotta make it really
sometimes
slow.
I might be a little too technical. So we do have videos that we can play, and it'll actually give you another point of view on how that repair is to be done and why that repair should be done.
And you all have a pretty cool warranty system.
We do. That was something my father thought of about a year ago. It's a 1,000,000-mile warranty.
Okay, that sounds a little crazy. 1,000,000 miles?
1,000,000 miles. It's just another spin on a lifetime warranty, but we're calling it a 1,000,000-mile warranty, and it's going to cover pretty much everything except for wearable items. And those wearable items are going to be like brake pads, hoses, belts, stuff like that. But everything else is covered 1,000,000 miles.
Wow.
Wow. How important is it for me to like come in and see you often? Is it like when something goes wrong, or should I just kind of do like regular maintenance on my car?
You should always do regular maintenance. It's like I tell everybody all the time. If you take care of the car will take care of you. So if your vehicle says at 20,000 miles you need to do something, and then if at 60,000 it tells you that you should be doing something such as oil changes or tire rotations or fuel system services, you should do those. Because if you don't do those, then you do run the risk of the car not taking care of you and running the risk of, breaking down somewhere.
Well, Cody, thank you so much. And be sure to go check out the Rich's Auto Show on November 6th. And we'll be right back after this short break.
You have spoken, the people have spoken. People's choice this week for Best Auto Business goes to our great friends over at Tint Man Window Tinting. I've got Sean, the owner, Zach, the manager. What a pleasure, guys.
Thank you for
Nice to
having
meet you.
us.
So here's the thing with window tinting and me. I'm like scared of getting pulled over by the cops, you know, just because I'm a lawyer and I'm afraid they're going to do the whole, I'm going to pull the I'm a lawyer card and then go to jail somehow. You know what I mean, right?
Oh yeah.
How do I know how dark I can go but keeping it legal?
So when you come in, we'll have different sample books for the customer to flip through.
Oh, nice.
So you got light, clear films, and then we have our super dark films. And so basically we'll just go over all that with you,
Right.
let you know what's legal, what's not legal. And what the police officer would do is use this tint meter here.
Oh.
So they would just take one of these, let's say this is your window,
Yeah.
they'd roll down the window, just slide that on, and then they'll know if you're legal or not.
So is this accurate? 33?
This is accurate,
Oh
yep.
wow. What
Yep.
is legal?
Legal is 28% on the front two doors and 15 on the rear windows,
Why is that?
because that's what they decided to do in
Really?
Tallahassee.
Always smart people up there.
Yeah.
How does the process work? How long does it take?
So usually it takes about an hour to tint. There's usually 2 technicians on the vehicle.
Right.
We do everything in a closed climate control bay because you don't want to do it outside. You'll see people trying to do that, but you'll get dust, dirt, love bugs,
Sure.
pollen, all that. So everything's done indoors. We use a computer where we actually put the year, make, and model to the computer, load up your film, cuts it out, and then we install it on there.
So boom, 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 all the just like that. My car is brand new almost, if you will.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty well documented right now that you can't buy new cars because of the chips. Used cars are like doubled in price. I mean, what a way to kind of feel like you were upgrading your car, maybe even a new car, than getting your windows tinted.
Right. Another thing going on right now is people are keeping the cars longer, and maybe they didn't go with the best quality film when they
Right.
first bought it.
Ah.
So now it's peeling, bubbling, turning purple.
Sure.
That's another service we offer. We actually use steamers and stuff so we can safely pull the film off of the windows and then get you looking good again.
I heard you had a little demonstration for me today. I love
We do.
nothing more than some science on this TV show. What are we going to do?
So what we're going to do is we're going to compare, because a lot of times people will ask about the law,
Right.
and they'll say, hey, I want to go darker than the law because I want to be cooler. Well, what this demonstration does is it shows illegal tint, which is 5% limo tint. That's how dark it is.
Yeah, but that's illegal.
That would be illegal. And we're going to compare that against a clear ceramic film,
Okay.
just to show that darkness really doesn't have a whole lot to do with
Well,
the heat rejection.
And let me just set this up too, because I think naturally you would think the darker that your window tint is, the cooler the car is? Or?
People think that.
Yeah.
They just automatically assume that because you're cutting out light. But a lot of heat doesn't really ride on the UVLT, which is how dark the tint is. Most of it's infrared heat, radiation, that kind of stuff, UVs. They all cut out 99% of the UVs. So if you were to come in one of our stores, we have these heat lamps, and you would feel each one of these. We have all different kind of slides that you
Yeah.
can feel the different darkness, the different series, all that. But since the audience is not here to put their hand there,
Yeah.
we have these heat sheets. So what happens is the hotter these heat sheets get, the more colors they change. And usually we'd use a thermometer gun and show you, hey, this is still 80 degrees, this one's 130 degrees. But just so we're not wasting a whole lot of time, we can just simply show you the difference in the colors.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
So,
great.
Zach, we think just count to 10?
Sure.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you see one changing a bunch of
do.
colors?
Yeah.
And what about
mean-
the other one? Changing any colors on that
No,
one?
this one's changing a lot of colors. That
Right.
one's not changing any color at all, but I'm confused because, again, this is the dark
Right.
one, that's the light one.
Right, that's it.
It's completely counterintuitive. I
What
just
you
wanted to
would
throw
think.
the word out, counterintuitive.
Great word.
You're
Great word,
welcome.
Justin.
Counterintuitive to everything I've ever thought.
Right, exactly. So, so really the only thing the darkness is going to do for you is privacy and glare. It does
Right.
help on the glare. But we actually use these here a lot of times on our luxury show cars. That way it doesn't look like it's tinted.
Right.
They're going out to the car shows in the sun, and that way it's not fading or all that. And you can actually put this on your windshield. Can't even tell it's on there.
Really?
And that's going to cut out up to 98% of the infrared heat on our super ceramic window films.
Groundbreaking information. You don't have to go super dark to keep your car
Right.
super cool.
Right.
Unbelievable.
And when the customers come in, we have the spec sheets, and they
Right.
have these things that you can take home, and it tells you all the different specs.
Several locations throughout Central Florida. Where are you located?
So we're in Longwood on Longwood Lake Mary Road. February, we'll be there for 20 years.
Jeez.
We have a location by Full Sail College in Winter Park. We've had that location for 5 years. And then our newest one's on Plant Street in Winter Garden. December will be a year.
next to your favorite place, right?
Next
Yeah,
to
down the
my
street from
Crooked
Crooked
Can.
Can.
Yeah, got a lot of play on the show today, I gotta tell you. Awesome. I mean,
Now, if you are coming from the Crooked Can, we don't suggest drinking and driving,
That's
but
right.
that's when people might want the limo tent.
that's when you go a little bit darker. Yeah, we don't suggest that at all. I'm proud of you. How has the whole pandemic affected what you're doing, or even this car issue we're having affected your business?
You know, at first, we were a little slow like everybody else, first 2 or 3 months, and then we just skyrocketed.
Really?
Busy enough to actually open up our 3rd location.
Unbelievable.
So it's been
That's
interesting.
the Winter Garden one?
Right.
Awesome. Proud of you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Tint Man. I mean, I don't think there's really any other choice of a place to go if you want to get your windows tinted in. And you probably see all lines of people. I mean, you probably see all lines of cars too, from fancy to something a little bit older.
Right, and that's why we have the different options. You know, we have our standard color stable film, our XR black ceramic, and our XR plus super ceramic. So we have a price point for each customer.
Sean, Zach, what a pleasure it was to meet you guys.
Thanks
Keep
for
up the
meeting
good work.
Thank
I'm
you.
I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you so much.
Justin's Choice is up next. Finally, it's time for my favorite part of the show. My favorite.
Your favorite.
Justin's Choice for best auto business in Central Florida goes to our very good friends, very good people, by the way. Details by Daniel. Daniel's here, by the way. Daniel Lazara. How are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
So, love bugs, all right? Here's what scares me about my car. These love bugs, during certain parts of the year, you can drive 4 miles and your car's loaded up with these love bugs. They can really damage your car if you leave them there, can't they?
They definitely can.
What do you guys do? How do you deal with these love bug issues?
Well, there's a couple different ways to take care of it. Of course, washing it right away, and there's special cleaners and stuff like that that are made to formulate to break down the bug juice a little bit better. And we also have a clay bar, which kind of gets contaminants off the paint. We'll use those a lot of times. Just wash it, rub it with the clay bar, and obviously keeping it waxed and protected real good makes the bugs not stick as well. That's what this ceramic coating does. It makes a whole outer shell on the paint so the bugs won't stick to it.
Details by Daniel. How'd you get started?
Well, I've been detailing cars for other companies for like 5 or 6 years around the county, and then finally saved enough money and decided to open up for myself and bought all the equipment, bought my truck, and here we are now.
Do you come to me? Do I come to you? How does it work?
I would come to you, either your house or your business or anywhere you want to go. We'll come to you and take care of you.
So just a regular wash of the car or whatever, basically. How often should I wash my car?
Depending on how dirty it gets, but I recommend washing at least once a week.
Yeah.
I got people who get on a monthly schedule. I'll come once a month and wash it, and then do a routine wax or paint sealant or whatever they choose after that. But usually once a week is what I recommend to wash it.
Is there a difference between a detail and just a car wash, or is it the same thing?
There's a major difference between that. That's what a lot of people ask me sometimes too. They'll call me asking for a detail, and they just want a basic cleaning, or they want something done, which is not a full detail. It's basically a wash is just a wash. You wash it, clean the stuff off, dry it off, vacuum the inside and stuff like that. A full detail will shampoo everything, steam clean. Use a steam cleaner, which gets off real dirty stuff that's stuck on there, and put conditioner on the leather, on the seats, on the door panels, and all that.
Right.
And yeah, so I get a good wax, paint sealant. If it needs buffing or polishing, we do that as well.
I know that there are a lot of business owners throughout Brevard County, really, and they have called us and talked about how good you guys are. You actually go set up shop at a business or at an office building, and be there all day and do detailing for everybody.
That is what I do very often. I got a couple of businesses I go once a month and just give them a whole day, and I'll do like 4 or 5 cars for them, depending on what they need done.
You know what I like about you? I like the hardworking, customer-first attitude, but I also really enjoyed when I first walked in. I met a really awesome little kid named Cashton, who you're working hard for every single day. And I know your wife's back there. Is there any chance I can meet Cashton? I mean, this is what we're working for.
Of course.
Can we meet Cashton, please? This is the sweetest kid. And just drove over from Melbourne to be here. And supporting Details by Daniel. At the end of the day, yes, you're supporting Daniel, but you're supporting this amazing child, Cashton, who's coming up here right this second.
Chewing on my keys,
by the way, right now.
Yeah.
So, Cashton, how are broadcast TV debut for Cashton, I presume, right?
Yeah.
Buddy, how are you? How are you, pal? How sweet. How old?
He just turned 1 about 2 weeks ago.
Really? 1-year-old Cashton now making television history here. We've never had a 1-year-old on the show, right?
And we
First time.
haven't, and he's eating car keys.
You support it.
Just don't get him too wet, better.
I mean, he's already ready to go detail some cars. I think he's going to be a great helper here very soon.
Put him to work.
I want to talk about ceramic coating. Someone was just telling me the other day when we were together that I need to get my car ceramically coated. What does that mean exactly?
He does.
Well, the ceramic coating is this bottle right here.
Yeah.
It starts out as a liquid, and you apply it on this sponge right there. I'll get the bottle out.
Cash, I'm gonna hold you?
Yeah.
Let me hold you for a second, buddy. Hi. Hi, buddy.
This is bottle right here. You put it on the sponge, and you apply it to the car's paint, back and forth, and you let it, they call it letting it flash, like it'll start to like look like a rainbow color.
Right.
And you take a towel and buff it off, and then you cure it. I got a UV curing lamp that cures it in 20 minutes, and it creates like a whole outer shell, like a hard outer shell across the paint that protects it against love bugs, against water spots, against sprinkler water, against the sun, against scratches. They say it's flame resistant too. Yeah. But I'm not gonna test that.
No. We're not gonna put a torch to the car to see how that goes.
No, and it lasts 5 years too. You put it on there, you don't gotta wax it for 5 years.
So does that mean if I'm driving down the turnpike during love bug season, they're gonna bounce off, or what does that mean exactly?
They'll still like kind of get on there, but they'll just be able to like come right off. You just
Is that right?
Use a towel and rub it right off.
How often should I get my car detailed as opposed to just getting a wash?
Depending on what you get done, like you get it washed and like waxed, it's 4 months. We do a paint seal and that lasts a year, and then that lasts 5 years. So I recommend doing a detail at least once or twice a year to get everything fully good.
I got to tell you something. You got to take care of your cars, guys. I mean, it's one of the most expensive purchases you're ever going to make. And you let it get dirty, and it really will ruin the paint. And now we have a really expensive problem on our hands. Is that right?
Yeah, it really is. That's what a lot of people forget about. They just don't think about it, don't think it needs to be done until it gets to a point where it's real bad, and they call us, and we
got a lot of calls about you from Brevard County. I know you're doing a great job over there, but I also know for the ceramic coating, I mean, you're happy to come to even downtown Orlando if you had to do that.
Of course, it's not too bad of a drive. It's
well,
nice
I got to tell you, my car I think is next for the for the ceramic coating.
I'll give you a card before I leave.
Don't even say that because we might have a deal. But details by Daniel. Danny, what a pleasure, man. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
What a kid, huh? What a child. Television debut for Cashton here. Great show today, Michaela. What do you think?
Great show, absolutely great show. And you definitely need some help with the.
I'm not going to do anything on my car by myself, especially after today.
No, absolutely.
But the ceramic coating, I'm absolutely going to do. Now, you said something earlier that you tried to change a filter or something.
I changed my cabin air filter.
For the last time.
I
don't need you doing that anymore. That was ridiculous. Great show. Hey, thank you for joining us today. As always, thank you to our WKMG base crew. Ivan's sort of the even keel guy here, don't you think? He's the kind of guy I'd want to get in the trenches with. Ivan is the man. Hit record series now if you would, and we'll see you next week for more Best of Central Florida.